That evening, the engines were very excited. They were all talking about Thomas's surprise.
I can't wait,
Chuffed Edward.
He'll love it,
Puffed Percy.
Please find him, Harold,
Edward puffed.
I'll do my best,
said Harold. Edward set off, slow and steady. We'll do my best, he puffed. He met Edward waiting at a junction. Edward was looking bothered. He had too many jobs and he was feeling puffed out.
Can you take these slate cars to the quarry? Edward asked. Sorry, Edward, but I can't, puffed James. I've got the most important job on the island.
6.5 hours later.
Please push me to the water tank, pleaded James.
I'm sorry, Edward puffed sadly. You wouldn't take my freight cars to the quarry,
and now I'm running late with my passenger train.
And Edward steamed away. Edward stopped and told the signalman all about James. Gordon said a really useful engine never needs help, moaned Thomas.
Ha! Laughed Edward. I'm always helping Gordon up the hill.
Gordon was very embarrassed.
Look at all those colors, Edward, gasped Thomas. Red and blue and yellow and green.
That's a rainbow, puffed Edward wisely. That old story says you'll find something magical at the end of a rainbow.
Something magical, gasped Thomas. That sounds wonderful.
Are you looking forward to seeing my statue? He called to Edward.
It might not be your statue, huffed Edward.
But Thomas wasn't listening.
Trust a blue engine to be late, called James.
I'm sorry, gasped Edward. I had to go slowly and take care.
Slow engines like you don't get to pull the presents train, snorted James.
Edward called to James.
You must slow down and take care.
I am taking care, replied James.
Taking care to finish first. I'm going to pull the presents train.
Whenever they came to some icy track, Edward called out,
Slow down!
And now James slowed down. And when they went down Gordon's hill, Edward called out,
Apply your brakes, James!
And James applied his brakes. Even though you weren't the engine on the poster, puffed Edward, you are still really useful.
I'm not going anywhere without my lucky trucks, huffed Henry.
But they're broken, chuffed Edward. And if you don't collect the presents soon, the children won't have anything to open in the morning.
Edward,
peeped Percy.
I'm late to take Sir Topham Hatt's mother's bags to the airport. Will you take the children to the party for me, please?
I'd be delighted, chuffed Edward.